This is a message to Vladimir Putin from Anonymous.
After the invasion of Ukraine, the anonymous hacker collective has declared war on Russia. Anonymous claims to have hacked a Russian Ministry of Defense database and even a Russian nuclear institute. What role does the world's most famous hacker group play in this conflict? And could Anonymous even hack into nuclear weapons systems? Anonymous is a hacker collective that is organized in an informal and decentralized way. Therefore, it is often impossible to attribute their actions with absolute certainty. But hackers linked to Anonymous have claimed the following. Allegedly, Russian state television was hacked to show images of the war. And documents from a Russian Ministry of Defense database have been published. Another hacker linked to Anonymous claims there were attacks on Russian government websites, news agencies, and banks. More than 1,500 websites were reportedly taken down within 72 hours. According to Anonymous, a Russian nuclear institute was hacked and more than 40,000 documents were stolen.
Well, Anonymous has a track record of conducting ideologically motivated operations very much connected to current affairs. We've seen that target Russian media entities. We've also seen some reporting of targeting TV stations, train networks, etc. But having said that, we have to be really careful right now because we've seen a high number of these claims, and that can make it quite difficult to verify them. It increases the chances of misinformation being circulated.
Anonymous has targeted many major opponents in the past: the CIA, the Islamic State, and the religious sect Scientology. Because of its informal structure, it's difficult to clearly identify the strategy Anonymous is pursuing and the values they stand for. Theoretically, anyone can operate under the Anonymous name. In a blog, a German offshoot of Anonymous explains the group's motivation behind the attack on Russia. They write, "This is not an operation against the people of Russia. Not even Russian soldiers are targeted. This op is against Putin and the Putin-controlled state apparatus." According to the group, the main goals are to protect Ukraine and its infrastructure against Russian cyber attacks, and to keep Russia's IT apparatus busy so that they cannot do any harm in Ukraine or the West.
Well, if we take something like a denial of service attack where networks are overwhelmed with traffic, the attack itself is relatively straightforward to conduct. It's not particularly sophisticated. But I think having said that, the whole idea of these operations isn't to be technically sophisticated. It's not necessarily even to cause technical disruption. In fact, the impacts are often much more psychological and symbolic. I think now more than ever, it's really important to get a narrative out there, to be able to shape the media narrative. And what we see Anonymous doing is really try to interfere with Russian attempts to do that right now.
On social media, the hackers' actions against Russia are met with much applause. Some users even call on the collective to hack Russia's nuclear weapons program to prevent a nuclear war.
I think it's extremely unlikely that that's going to escalate into something with much more of a physical impact. If we take nuclear systems, for instance, a huge amount of safeguards in terms of controlling the physical process and the operation of anything to do with nuclear technology.
At least in the blog post of the German Anonymous group, targeting infrastructure doesn't seem to be an option. Anonymous can use strong words, but they're always aware of the fact that this is a dangerous situation. The activists know that attacking critical infrastructure, such as nuclear power plants or traffic control systems, is a no-go for us. So the Anonymous hackers don't see themselves as being part of a digital war with physical attacks. It seems like they would rather be seen as activists who get on Russia's nerves using digital means. What do you think about it? Is that a good initiative for a good cause, or a dangerous provocation of a nuclear power? Thanks for watching, and see you next time.